Hello there, and welcome back to the Time Will Tell watch review and watchmaking channel. Today we're going to take a look at 3 watches, as you can see on the screen, because I wanted to show the difference of all my Casios. Mainly because of these 2 right here, but we'll get into it. First of all, the first Casio I ever got was the Casio Trio, which is a fantastic watch. It is outstanding. And the reason why is how cheap it is for all the specs you get. This thing has 200 meters of water resistance. It's quartz, so it's extremely accurate. And the case finishing is actually really nice. As you can see, it does have a movable bezel, unidirectional. It's got a screw down crown. That's where, you know, that 200 meter water resistance comes in. And then a screw down case back. The case back is actually really nice, as is the case finishing. Case finishing is actually outstanding for the price point. Price point, generally speaking, I've seen them anywhere from $65, which I don't understand that price, all the way down to what I paid for it, which was $42. If you wait for a sale, you can grab this thing brand new for about $40, which for those specs is unreal. The strap that it comes on is rubber, but it's actually pretty nice. It's a pretty nice strap. It's not too bad. As you can see, it does have some sun weathering there. I have worn this hiking. I've worn it in the water. I've worn it, you know, washing my hands, washing dishes, not a problem. I know people will say, you shouldn't wash your hands. The soap will get in there and dry out the seals. Well, I have seals and I have silicone, so if that ever becomes a problem, I could just reseal it. And I know not everyone's gonna have that, but I do. The bezel is super clicky. It's really loud. Not sure if that's a plus or a minus. It's it feels good, but it's got some play here. And yeah, I'm gonna pause the video and then come back shortly and show you what a nice bezel feels like. Okay, and back to it. This is a, you know, a $450, $500 bezel. So it's really smooth. It's got a good sound to it. And not a lot of back play, right? There's a little bit there, but that's gonna happen over time with use, right? Put that bad boy down. And I'll bring this up. And the play on this thing is much more dramatic without that, you know, there's no sound, right? There's no click into the next position, but there's still a lot of movement in it. So $50, excuse me, that's my mount, $50 bezel versus a $500 bezel, right? Now, obviously, you're not going to get the same quality for $50 as you will with a watch that's $200, $300, $500, $1,000. So for $50, this bezel is not bad at all. Not at all. Again, case finishing is really nice. It's a nice polish on it. Got a good shine. The front is brushed, and then the back is brushed, or at least it doesn't have a buffed finishing. Now in this lineup, this is the only watch where you're going to need a case back removal tool to remove the back and get to the movement. These other 2, you just need a tiny screwdriver, because they have, oh, excuse me, because they have little screws here, and in this particular instance, little screws there, if you want to get to the movement. Same with this one right here. So the reason why I wanted to make this video is because these 2 right here. So I think the average price for this one, and pardon me for not knowing, the Casio W218H Hotel. This one with the negative display, which I really like. I bought this for work so that I wasn't damaging my nice watches. So this crummy watch could take as much damage as it wanted. And I think you could see it's already gotten a little chewed up there on the corner. Yeah, you can definitely see that. Right in there, right in there. It's gotten some use. Even you could probably see that. I can see it with my naked eye, but you can see, yep, the crystal is pretty scratched up, but it doesn't have a raised bezel or a raised guard that protects the crystal. So that's kind of one downside with this particular watch. But I did get this watch for about $12, which is pretty crazy. Now, I think you're seeing a theme here. I almost never buy a watch full price. I will always keep an eye on it. As soon as it goes on sale, that's when I'll snag it if I'm interested in it. This watch, I think the average price is about $60, anywhere between $50 and $60. Now, I got this thing for, I believe it was $47 or $48, which for a G-Shock is not bad at all. And yeah, I know the time is different than that time. I'll zoom in there. This is Zulu time because for my job, oftentimes I need to know the Zulu time and date. It's more important than local date. So with this watch, man, the quality difference, I mean, I'm not a Casio watch person, and I know there's a lot of Casio watch people out there. The difference in quality between this watch and this watch, between the $12 and the nearly $50, is pretty large. This strap is not good at all. It's, I wouldn't say it's uncomfortable, but it's also not comfortable. I don't know if that makes sense. It's not, it doesn't contour to your arm like this one does. This one's got a nice soft feel. It moves a lot better, a lot easier than this one. This one feels very plasticky and more rigid. And if you have this on your wrist for 8, 10, 12 hours, you feel it. Although the watch is light, the strap itself it becomes uncomfortable after hours and hours of wear. Whereas this one, man, I don't even feel it. Whereas the watch itself is a bit heavier than this one. This one feels like almost nothing. This one, I mean, it doesn't weigh too much more than the $12 watch. And this is, just for reference, the DW9052, which I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, but I really like it. It's such a nice watch. It does wear pretty thick on the arm, but with that bezel guard, whatever you want to call it, sticking up, I mean, it's part of the case, so I'm not sure if it's actually bezel or not. But it is protecting that crystal very well, and it would have to be something sticking out in order to damage that crystal. It's very nice. I really enjoy, hold on, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Hold on, bud. I do really enjoy the illumination on this watch. It lasts for about 3 seconds after you hit the little center button here. And it's very legible. There is an angle with the LCD screen where you can't see the numbers as well, but in low light conditions, it's really not a big deal. Whereas this one, the backlight on this is awful. You literally have to hold it. You can't just press it and then have the light sit there so you can look at the time. You have to hold it. But also not a big deal for, $12, $13. Now with this watch, I did try to, kind of turn it into a G-Shock. So I bought this thing right here. That's a little bar guard that it looks the same as the DW5600, this watch, roughly. but this thing definitely does not fit on that. So just a little disclaimer for you. If you end up getting this watch and you have the same thought as me, oh, I'll just get the bar and it'll protect the crystal. Nah, it don't work that way. This thing does not fit, and I've tried several times to get it to fit on there, and it definitely does not. I've even tried to modify the bar to make it fit on there, and it does not. Now, with these watches, they're so cheap that it's easy to spin out of control and start just buying these things. So there's a little bit of danger with Casio watches. Just so you're aware of my mind frame, it's easy to look at these and say, what's 45 bucks? What's 15 bucks? Although I will say this watch in particular, I think is 100%, 110,000% worth it, as is this one. This I could skip on, although I do wear this as a, I don't care what happens to it today watch. Whereas with the G-Shock, it's not so much that in my mind. I do really like the G-Shock. And the quality difference, I don't think I fully understood the quality difference of something like their base model up into a G-Shock, because it is huge, the difference. Now the Lume on the Duro is not good at all. It'll maybe last you 5 minutes, but it's also, they put a good amount of Lume on there. All of those pips, those indices are all lumed, and then there's a little pip on the top of the 12 marker on the bezel that is also lumed. Obviously the hands are lumed, and I mean, it functions for a little while. It functions for what you need if you're stepping into a dark room, or if you have a UV torch or a bright flashlight, you can easily just power that for a moment if, let's say, you're diving and you need to see the time. Other than that, I will say all you need to work on these watches is a screwdriver to take off that case back, at least in those instances, some brass tweezers so you're not bringing, so you're not bringing along any static with you as you're working on the movement, a spring bar tool, because there's no quick release spring bars on these yet. I'm sure Casio will catch up there. And maybe a loop, but probably not. That's only if you're going to be actually working on the quartz movements inside. So that's it. Pretty easy, pretty peasy. I would say I do kind of recommend Casio watches. They're really nice for the money that you're spending on them. They're super cheap, and the quality for what you're getting, for what you're spending is, I don't think it can be beat. I really don't. I've looked around, I've looked at Timex, some of their outdoor wilderness type watches, and it's just, Timex is not on the same level as Casio, although Timex is starting to work on a little bit more high-end watches. Sorry, OCD. So I think they're getting out of the competing with Casio, and they're probably trying to compete with like Citizen. Anyway, on the wrist today is my pretty darn old Seiko dress watch. Got this thing when I was about 16. It was a gift from my mom for my birthday, and it has lasted really, really well. And yeah, the shine on this thing. I don't wear it as often as I used to when I was younger, but it's a nice watch. It shows the day and the date. It's quartz, so it stayed accurate for years and years. And the only damage I've ever done to it while at work is, I'm gonna zoom in here. There's a little damage. I gotta move back on the crystal right there. You could probably see it. I'm gonna get in there without bumping the camera. right there, right above that 4. I don't know how I did it, but I smacked it on something and managed to crack the crystal. Although I'm pretty sure with this watch, it's only a mineral. But pretty nice watch, pretty nice quartz watch. And I know I was complaining about that last quartz watch, but I do have quartz, as you can see, and they do have their uses. I do really like them, although this doesn't get as much wrist time as it used to. But this I wear just about every day when I'm going to work and I need to know Zulu time and have something that is going to survive a pretty physical job. Whereas this one is like, I'm gonna go paint the house or hang out in the garden with my wife, or some such like that. That's what this watch is for, so that I'm not scratching this with dirt or whatnot. That might seem silly to you, but anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you think, if I'm being a goober. And just as a bonus, look at this watch. Look at the 50 Phantoms on that metal bracelet. Beans and rice bracelet. The clasp has something to be desired. It's a stamped clasp. They could have done better there. There's only 3 little positions for micro adjustment, but man, still a good looking bracelet. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this video. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, what's your favorite Casio? Let me know down below. Or if you don't even have a Casio, let me know which one you're looking at. I do have my eye on another G-Shock, but I haven't pulled the trigger on it. Actually, I'll show you right here with the one that I'm looking at on the screen to the side. Man, I've wanted a square G-Shock, but they're a little more expensive than this one. I wanted to get the cheapest one just so that if I didn't like it, it wasn't such a big deal if I had to resell it. If I had to resell it, I'd just resell it for, I don't know, 30 bucks, since I only spent the 45 or 47, whatever it was. And then I wouldn't be losing out so much on money. But I really like it, definitely gonna keep it. And I already have my eye on some other G-Shocks as we speak. So that's it for me. Thank you for joining me, and thank you everyone for your support. I really do appreciate it. Let me know down below if there's a G-Shock that you're interested in, or if there's a watch you're interested in me taking a look at or reviewing. Or even let me know what your favorite watch is, because I am literally always looking for new watches to put on my list of interests. Okay, thank you. Have a good day, and bye.